this is it's home. That's what it really amounts to me. I grew up in Emporia, played here. Uh, it's like you say, it's coming home, and that's fantastic. I have missed it. It is, I did it for 14 years. There's nothing like working with the team. It keeps you young. Uh, there's a great challenge to it, and I miss the competition. I've always kept my eye at Emporia. Like I say, it's still your alma mater. I've come up for a few tennis matches over the years just to watch them play, and uh, it's just hard to get away from it. Sure didn't hurt. No, what Greg Kossover has done and Ken Hush has done, helping getting this going, and the facilities needed a little work here. These courts are, as far as I know, they were 40, 50 years old when I played here, and they're still in good shape. They did a great job putting them in, but um, it needed an update, and those guys stepped up and got the ball rolling on it, and I'm looking forward to having a couple indoor courts. Uh, that really, my understanding, no one else in the conference has that. Um, I mean, this is going to be a fantastic deal. I went through something similar where we built the Sheldon Coleman complex when I was at Wichita State, and it's nothing but positives for the team, for your program, for recruiting. I'd like to see a great balance here. I worked with some talent when I was down in Wichita, and some of them didn't even hardly get recruited, which I thought was a shame. They almost had to do their own recruiting out of the state. So I think there's a void in recruiting some of the local talent. That doesn't mean I'm going to turn away somebody else. If there's an international player uh, that is good and would be a good fit for Emporia State, we will definitely look at them. But I'd like to see a good mix and come back with some local kids in the mix with it then. Um, and I think it's great. We used to have parents travel with us, and we used to, they're coming out to the matches, and you look at it and say, you know, Greg Kossover and Ken Hush and some of those that are now funding the new center, uh, these were local kids from Ken's here from Emporia and Greg was from Topeka that went here and played here, and look what they're doing for the university now. And I think that's important. You gotta. It may not happen in the next year or two, but a few years down the road, this is where the university. That's their base of donations, and that's what keeps this university going. I have not been able to talk with any of the current ones yet. I'm just now getting the list. Obviously, this happened fairly quickly here. I just now got some of the list of the players. I knew a couple of them. I'd been introduced to them and stuff, but I didn't have any contact points yet. So that's. I'm going to be busy the next week or so here, just trying to get hold of people and saying hello and introducing myself to them.
What vision do you have for Emporia State tennis?
I'd like to win. And I think at the same time, competing on the athletic field and on our courts, that's important. I understand they're doing very well athletic or academically, and not too many of them are going to go pro. They need to get their degree. They need to prepare for when they're not here. But we get them here to try to win matches for us. So